most folks, you got to have a degree, you got to
Yeah.
have experience in the education world, you got
Yeah.
to all the things that go on a resume, right?
All that.
Yeah.
And I didn't fit the criteria at all. And it's just like, yo, God doesn't call you based on qualification. He qualifies the call. So he said, yo, if I'm telling you to do it,
You better do it.
you better do it, because I would not command something for you to do if I didn't know you can do it in the first
Yeah,
place.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, man, from there, bro, I just started, started small, like you said in the beginning, just speaking free, just pouring into youth programs, pouring into homeless shelters, drug rehabs. Bro, there was this one engagement that I had to do. I went all the way out. It was like, bro, now Rhode Island in the summertime, it do be hot. Not Houston hot, but it was hot. And I had this Toyota Corolla fan, me and my boy John Costa.
You had all the broke folk cars.
Yeah,
like I had a Toyota Camry, so I get it. I had a '96 Camry though, bro.
Bro, did you have AC?
No.
No? Me and you are exactly alike.
Yeah.
Because we had to drive 45 minutes to be able to speak to these students who was in the basement.
Yeah.
It was like a youth program, like 6 of them. And I built this relationship with this lady that came to the actual drug rehab, and she loved my presentations. And she wanted me to come speak to her students who was in the youth program, about 6 of them. I remember we drove all the way 45 minutes. It was like 85 degrees, no AC, bro, blazing hot, bro. I'm like, oh my God. My boy's like, yo, we're riding in the Harriet Tubman Mobile. I'm like, bro, I don't know what we riding in, but it's too hot. But I'm saying that to say, like, the dedication, like whatever it takes to make somebody's life better,
Yeah. Yeah.
and to pour into them, we about that life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna do.
So what was it like starting? Okay, because now here's the selfish part in me.
Let's go.
Like, how were you getting established as a speaker? Did you have a job, like a main job, and
Yeah.
you're trying to get this speaking thing off the ground? Because at this point, you're not thinking speaking agency. You're thinking just how can I get paid as a speaker? Let's talk about that, bro. Like, are you calling schools? Are you calling folks like your own little manager? Hey, I want to speak. Like, and people telling you no. Like, I want to know, bro. Like, how are you getting these gigs and turning it into a job?
Yeah, got you. So I was working 2 jobs, the drug rehab facility and the homeless shelter.
Okay.
So at that time, man, to be honest, I wasn't even looking to get paid.
Come on.
I was understanding that if I at least get my foot in the door, I'll build a relationship.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, he had a job though.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
2.
Listen,
Had
2 jobs.
2.
This ain't no get rich
You know
quick
what I'm
thing.
saying? At all, you know what I'm saying? And so, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I said, yo, if I can just I started asking people at my job, like, hey, do you know anybody that can benefit from the message that you heard?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I do know somebody for sure. And then 1 turned into 2, and 2 turned into 3, and 3 turned into 4, and I'm just like, yo.
You gotta ask, right? Closed mouth don't get fed.
Closed mouth don't get fed at all, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
that's the word. You have not because you ask not. So I opened up my mouth. I just started asking. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no marketing material. I didn't have none of that. No social proof.
What
bro.
year was this?
This was what? 20.
Or approximate?
I'll say like at least, because I've been speaking for 10 years. The
Okay,
first
so we was
5
in the
years-
teens, like the early teen. Is that what they call that period? The teens?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I'm a 80s, 90s
Something
kid.
like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so early teens, we starting to speak. We asking folks, hey, would you benefit from this message? And then I'm sure you're always after a presentation. You're like, hey, do you you follow up, right?
Same thing.
Okay.
Yep,
So it's
same.
starting to get some traction, or is it starting to get traction? Like what?
No. No traction.
Okay, all right.
Whatsoever.
I wasn't expecting that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes.
No,
I love it.
nothing. No traction, nothing. And here's the thing. Like,
So why you keep going?
I kept going because I understood what God told me.
There we go. That's what I want
Yeah.
to hear.
It's
All right.
not about my feelings.
Come on.
It's about what He said.
Yeah.
And I gotta obey that.
So it wasn't about the money in the beginning.
No, not at
Yeah.
all, bro. I didn't even know I can get paid for it.
Okay. Yep.
I had no idea I can get paid for it. Bro.
Yeah.
And so I believe that God kept me at that drug rehab to practice and continue to perfect my craft.
Because you're having to give messages all the time.
All the time.
As a part of your. That was like your incubator, bro. Have you ever thought about that?
No, no.
Yeah, it was almost like God put you there to perfect your craft.
Yeah, and that's how I perfected it.
Wow.
So every time,
Getting reps in.
Yeah. Oh my God, bro! Listen to me. Every single time the clinician would come and say, "Will, can you do a lunch group?" I said yes. But I said, "Who's gonna watch the desk?" I don't worry about that. We'll figure that out. We need you in there. They need you. And I mean, like, I just started becoming an animal, and that's when I started creating different type of like speech. I'm like, yo, I would never think of this in a million years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so from that moment forward, bro, I continued to just perfect my craft at the drug rehab facility, And then I started just reaching out to schools or just having people, and of course, no traction.
Okay, hold on. Reaching out to schools,
Yep.
that's ambiguous and vague.
Yes.
Like, what were you doing in terms of reaching out? Were you emailing them? Were you calling folks? Were you reaching out to the person at the front desk? Were you trying to get in touch with the principal? Who were you calling? What were you saying? I'm sorry, bro.
No.
I told you, this is a very selfish interview, dog.
Listen, we gonna wax deep, man.
Yeah.
So for me, bro, man, I would email. I'm emailing you, and now you know what I'm saying. I would email. I would call.
Okay.
I would pretty much tell the people that's already at my job facility or people that I know who are friends, or they know anybody else that can benefit.
Yeah, it's always
from
good to
the
know
technical
somebody
position.
that knows somebody.
Yeah, because it's more easier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I always tell speakers that it's more easier for you to speak to a friend than a stranger to speak to a friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
any business, even in the wedding world. Like when, we used to pay thousands of dollars in marketing every month, right? But once we got and developed good relationships with like the wedding venues and the wedding coordinators, right? Because they go to you get engaged, you there, right? You got to start searching for venues. That's the first thing you get.
Yeah.
You got to get the venue and the date. You get the venue. Well, guess what? We are their preferred entertainment provider. So they're going to give you a list of here's our favorite photographer, here's our favorite florist, here's our favorite DJs, right? And so obviously you're going to trust the venue that you just coughed up 10, 20 grand to, that they know good people.
Absolutely.
So we already, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sure it's the same in the
Same
speaking
formula,
world.
Same formula for sure. Yeah.